learn the hard way. But like I said, there's no such things as failures.
Yeah.
These are lessons, and I think a lot of people have to understand whenever you step into this world, you will realize that there's more dead people walking around you than there are living.
Yes.
That you are just, you're a spiritual being living a human experience. Nobody is perfect, you know, but I wish that people would listen and also deconstruct what they were taught.
Yes.
Because they think one way, they think, oh, my spirituality, whether it be Catholicism, Christianity, Buddhism, my stuff, my shit is the most important. Like, it's supremacy to it, and it's like, just wait until they see.
Yeah.
One day they will understand, and know that this is not one dimensional. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not black and white. Hell, it ain't even gray most times.
You think you might be seeing a regular person or an angel, and that might be something. You have to have discernment. You have to go through that learning process spiritually, and you have a family that's going to help you.
Yeah.
And it's about having the patience with yourself, because I know a lot of y'all are going through just wanting to activate your powers and be able to see into the spirit realm and be able to see ghosts and feel that experience. But it's a process, and it's you go through your lower self and have to travel that power all the way up to your higher self. So you're first going to experience a lot in order for you to know how to move. If you want to help people, if you see that there is a spirit on your sister, or that person is not the best partner to be with, you know that energetically, but you're not tapped into it. But just be patient with yourself, okay? Don't try to go out here and try to find people who are just the same way you see this government. They have agents and they send it to other countries, and they have people who spy on you. It's the same thing. They have spiritual agents here who pretend to be spiritual on these platforms.
Don't get them started, because and it's so obvious. Okay, I forgot what that lady called them, but I was watching a video and they were talking about that. They will literally, TikTok is not the place to sometimes be whenever you are trying to start off on your spiritual path, because there is a lot of people out there that are very dark. What I consider witches, I don't consider myself a witch. I'm just, a spiritualist. I like to mix my herbs and keep it moving.
Thank you.
But there's people, and the word witch, it's to me, for what we do, especially with ATR and things, that's offensive to us whenever we're called witches, because they think of the word witch totally different. Us Westerners have just taken it and flipped it and dipped it.
Yeah.
But there are people that will claim to be spiritualists.
Yes.
And really, they just mean to do you harm. There are people that will initiate you just to take your soul, or do souls swapping, destiny swapping, very much so vampire energy. And people don't realize that. You will literally fuck around and find out, and
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised. Who would be? It's your favorite spiritualist. It's the person that you watch with the tarot cards online. It's the people that you don't even expect.
Yeah.
And one thing you said that I can honestly say is intuition and discernment is so important, y'all. That is one gift that God gave you, and you have it from birth. Whenever you little, if I touch, like you said earlier, if I touch the stove, it's gonna burn me.
Yeah.
You have to use that type of intuition. You can feel it in your stomach whenever you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it comes up and you're like, am I tripping? No, don't. There's no such thing as coincidence.
Exactly. I'm telling you right now, trust yourself. Okay, trust yourself. Even if you don't feel like you are the most powerfulest person, or you don't see ghosts and you don't have that ability, just know that universally we are all connected to a divine source, and when you need to know, you will know. Yes. And it will happen for you. Yep. Don't ever feel like you're less than somebody, because it's like literally what I've been saying with the as above, so below. Everything is all connected. So do not feel like you are by yourself or you are not powerful. I noticed that even with me, like I was so excited to even when I was like 6 years old when I wanted to open my third eye, but I wanted to
So
like
I've been in this.
yes, like I wanted to tap into that energy, and I got frustrated with myself because I didn't feel like I was experiencing everything that I was seeing all of these people talk about on YouTube channels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just know that if you are ever in any danger, or if you're around something that you don't know how to discern, your higher self and your people who are connected to you will always let you know and help you. Okay, you are not by yourself. You do not have to have a reason to be scared. Even though we are talking about, like on my page, I cover experiences that people have had with like love spells, spirits, just being attacked energetically. You will know. You will always know.
You always know. Yeah.
Don't feel afraid. Don't at all. You're fine, and yourself is gonna tell you what you need to know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not for you to know at that time. You have to allow yourself to teach you.
I think a lot of people don't understand divine timing. Like you hear it, things will happen to you in your life, and even whenever people are on spiritual journeys, especially like my patrons, they'll be in a rush to learn I'm like, no. You need to slow down. It's okay if you don't know everything, because I don't know everything.
Thank you.
I don't know. Listen, I'm a mere mortal woman, right? But it's just about knowing that your ancestors, spirit guides, because they're not the same, y'all. Your spirit guides don't even have to be human.
Yeah.
But your ancestor spirit guides, they set up things, they orchestrate things for you in the way that you are supposed to experience them in this timeline at least. So I try to tell people just like it's okay. You don't have to know everything about astral projection. You don't have to know every root word and conjuring. That's not.
And I felt that. I went through that time, like where I just was trying to study everything I could about astral projection, or the different alien races, or the different spirits that, like, my mind was on overload because I felt this pressure of I'm not safe in this world, and there's so much going on, and there's so much that we haven't been taught and we don't know, and I need to learn it before something happens. But no. Slow down, okay? Yeah. I know it's all rushing in because now that you have this awareness, but just know that it'll dilute and filter through you when it's time. Yeah. I remember, like, when I first found out, because I used to watch a lot of mermaid stuff, but I remember just having a connection to it, and when I first accepted it into myself, like, I do believe mermaids are real. Yeah. And I remember, like, just
you put the little water sound in it.
I remember wanting to astral project into the ocean and just try to do that. And I was trying so hard, like, every night, like, and it wasn't happening for me. And then a year later, I had that experience where I did some type of meditation. And I was trying to see what teacher was present with me at that time. Because you have teachers that'll come along and they'll teach you certain things. And they don't even have a name. And I remember during that meditation, I was starting to see dolphins. And then the dolphin became this, like, light being and was like, yeah, I'm here with you. And I'm trying to teach you how to balance yourself out and stay with the flow. Even if it's waves happening for you in your life, you need to be able to just ride it instead of trying to force everything and fight against the water.
Yeah, because then you'll drown.
And then Irene was a dolphin at the same time. That's crazy.
So
and then all
I was gonna say, did it take you?
Yes, all of a sudden, I started having experiences where I was in the water. I was at first, because you consciously think that I can't breathe underwater. Why am I here? And I could feel myself slipping away consciously and coming back here. Yeah. But I was like, okay, stay calm. And I'm like, where am I? So I was underneath the water, and everything just felt normal. I was breathing, and I was moving, and I was a mermaid. Yeah. And I was helping these kids that they were transporting under the water.
Like human kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure we're on the same level, because I'm gonna tell you something, but go ahead.
It was kids that was stuck in this cargo that they would transport them over on the boats. Yeah. And I remember being underneath the boat, and I was trying to, like, like knock the boat over.
Yeah,
I was trying to help the kids because mermaids have a telepathic ability, and they can talk to you, and we have the ability to see more because we're in the water. We're water beings, so we have that ability to see. So I was seeing the kids, and I was talking to them like, it's okay, you're gonna be fine. I'm gonna help you, and all of a sudden, whoosh, I'm back, and I'm like, oh my God, the kids, and I was like, okay, I was like, what just happened? It's fine. You're fine. You experienced that because you have been going on missions and that aspect of yourself, but you also need to focus on being here. Yeah. Don't try to be everywhere all at once.
Yeah. Yes. And it's so crazy you said that because you know how they just had the strikes, the
barges.
Okay, yes. Oh, yeah. So the tea behind that is the reason why all those union workers at these ports stopped is because they were finding children in cages.
They was hearing them crying.
They were hearing them crying inside of the containers, and they're like, "We're not. If you guys don't do something about it, we're done." And that's why they all went on strike. So it's so crazy that you said that you astral projected and was in the water.
But her mouth is open like she never heard that ever.
Yeah, that's the RealKiya behind it. That's on the spiritual side of what is going over.
I remember that.
You like, I remember.
No,
it's fuzzy. And sometimes whenever you're traveling, and I notice even when I'm just lucid dreaming, every time I tell it over, I remember something that I did not. And it's just the littlest bits of it. I didn't remember this part about it, but whenever I told it to someone else, I remember that, it's very, very little, but I felt like that was interesting because that's what they say that the reason why they went on strike is that they are not helping these people transport these children over water, overseas. And it's a lot of kids that went missing. I think it was from the border whenever they were moving the children, because it was a lot of kids that just disappeared and they can't tell anybody where they went. So
there was a lot of stories also about when that stuff happened in Hawaii. The real secret mission was
the Oprah and the rock thing whenever that fire, and not we all, but people were looking at them like, oh, that was so nice. Well, they lost those kids, and 2,000 of them were found in a shipping container. So
dog kennels.
Yes. So it comes down to everything that we experience. We don't understand in the moment.
I couldn't understand what I was seeing, why it was happening, but I was just trying to do my best to stay present and where I was at. I heard kids, and they were laughing, they were crying, and I was trying to help them. Yeah. And now you're telling, oh my God.
Yes, look it up whenever we leave here. It is crazy. And yeah, it just comes down to it's a lot of shit people don't talk about.